Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get the updates. We're excited for today's video. Beer's courtesy of Steven. Thanks so much, Steven. I really appreciate it. And it's an IPA, and it's from a brewery. I'm pretty sure this is a brand new brewery to me. It's Thomas Hooker Brewery, and it's called To the Moon, India Pale Ale, and its character. 3, 2, 1, lift off. This rocket ship is fueled up with a sweet base of Golden Promise, trademarked, wheat and oats. Then an absurd amount of strata hops add additional thrust to launch this beer out of the atmosphere. This is a galactic experience you won't want to miss out on. 6.9% ABV, and it's just under 2 months old. So, what's it say? To infinity and beyond. I don't know what kind of IPA it is, but yeah, I have definitely, and I think I've talked about this probably enough, moved my goalposts for what I think is a reasonable amount of time to drink an IPA. I always thought it was pretty silly, the people who are like, if you're drinking an IPA after the day it was released, it's no good. I always thought that was silly, but I was, fresher for a while. And I've got burned on some, like literally hot burned on some really fresh IPAs. I'm going to say more than I've gotten burned on IPAs like 3 months old, let's say. So I definitely have a much short version. I have a much wider window now where I want to be drinking my IPAs. So the fact that it's almost 2 months old is not frightening to me, but I just want to make sure people at home know what I'm getting into, because this is a style that some people really care about freshness. So that is beautiful. That is lacking a lot of the yellow I usually see in the hazy IPA family. This is very orangey. There's a little bit of what I call burnt orange, but it's very orange with a little bit of yellow. So it does look a little different than a lot of the ones I've been drinking lately. So I always appreciate, when things are different, like beers are different and unique. So I think that's cool. The head, it's white. I mean, I guess, technically speaking, it's barely off-white, but it is, from how I've been using that term, this is white. Tiny bubbles. Looks beautiful. Probably one finger. Yeah, not quite one finger ahead. Let's get to the aroma. Speaking of orange, I do get some nice orange. A little bit of like sweet, yes, some sweet orange, citric acid, which makes sense. I get a little bit of dank, not pine, like danky weediness. Candied orange peel. So I'm getting orange in a few different ways. I'm getting the juice, I'm getting, candied peel, a little bit of brightness of zest. Like I said, that citric acid thing. Kiss of tropical. Maybe even some mango specifically. It smells fantastic. And again, I don't even know if I've heard of this brewery, let alone had anything, but hey, Bruno. But really excited to try it. Cheers. Thanks again, Steven. That's good. Tell you what, best thing about this, drinks like an IPA, not a double IPA. I'm cool with melding or is it more, double IPA, but at an IPA range of alcohol or whatever. Given the ABV, given the can says IPA, this drinks like an IPA should. Has a nice mouthfeel. It's not the most pillowy one I've ever had, but it's certainly not the least. It's above medium, I would say, in terms of how well breweries are doing that for the style. So well done there. Just like the aroma, I'm getting a lot of sweet citrus notes. Almost, if this exists, what it reminds me of? Here's better. Back when I was younger, we would get sometimes orange, like frozen orange concentrate. And being an exploring young person, sometimes when I would open it before I'd make it, I'd lick it. And it has that intensity. For me, I think part of that is what I call citric acid. Because it had that sweetness, but it had that concentrated acidity to it. but then it does have a little bit of, not quite Flintstone vitamins, a little bit of that in there too. Man, I'm like rambling because like there's like there just like the aroma. There's more. The orange, you can't just say orange because like it has like 9 different kinds of orange tastes to it. And then it has that awesome bitterness, which again, like lets you know this is definitely in the IPA range. There's a little bit of that dank thing. You know, and it's funny, like when I think of Strata, maybe there's other hops in it, but the way it read made me think it's just Strata. And I get like that weedy dank thing, but like I don't think of it. Like if I was doing this blind, I would think one of the hops was Citrix. I get a little bit of that mango with the citrus. I don't really get the peach that I typically. I know some people are making fun of me because I say peach a lot with Citra beers. I don't really get the peach part of it, but 2 out of 3 things I get in Citra over and over and over again, I get in this beer. Maybe a little bit more dank than I get in Citra. So I guess the Strata makes sense, but it's not quite as like what's it like lemonade dankiness, weediness that sometimes I get with that hop, but the citrus is there, just not quite lemonade. But I guess it kind of makes sense, like I was saying, with like the intensity of licking the orange juice concentrate. Okay, fair enough. So maybe some more citrus than I'm saying, since I'm just specifically talking orange. It's good. It's refreshing too, which is worth noting. And it's interesting because I don't know how complex this beer sounds because I focus so much on orange specifically, but it's kind of interesting. Under the umbrella of generic orange, like I keep saying, the different intensities, the different kinds of experiences an orange can bring you, it has many. So it is kind of like complex in a way that it doesn't sound like it would be. Yeah, okay. Well done. Was it Thomas Hooker, right? Thomas Hooker. Well done, Thomas Hooker. To the moon. You took me on a trip. Thanks again, Steven. I really appreciate it, man. Have you guys had this beer before? Have you had other Strata beers lately? Have you had this brewery before? Anything, everything, comment section below to get a conversation going. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untappd. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.